Hello everyone! So this is Wani, the CEO and founder of Waitingka. So for this video, what we're going to talk about is more of what is freelancing? What are the benefits and the cons of being a freelancer? So I think we can start with introducing first the community and the agency, since it's a little bit related with what we're about to talk about. So we have the community of aspirant VAs, which we will put in the description below, the link, in order for you to come in and for you to really understand what freelancing is. Makakuha kayo ng courses, meron kami mga coaches doon, para lang din meron kayong idea on what freelancing is. And of course, we have the agency. We are partnered with people in the US and Mexico who are giving us a lot of clients. And we also have direct clients under Waitingka. So basically, knowing this too, if you already have all the tools and all of the resources that you have, which Waitingka will be providing. Of course, depende pa rin. Depende yun sa'yo at depende sa pangailangan mo. So, that's actually one of the benefits. If someone is willing to give you all the resources in order for you to get started. So first one is if you're a subscriber here and if you're in the community, that's a pro. So second would be money. Ayaw man natin magmukhang pera, but hello, bakit pa tayo nagtatrabaho? We all need money. Sabi ko nga sa isa kong VA, shout out Nika. So sabi ko nga, sasampalin ko pag sinabi ng anyone na hindi ko kailangan ng pera. Parang it doesn't make me happy. Just ko. Libre mo na lang ako. Anyway, of course, one of the pro is mataas talaga ang bayad sa VA or sa freelancing. Because it's dollars. Ang taas ng dolyar dito sa Pilipinas ngayon. Plus, of course, if kukuha ka ng napakaraming hours, I have VAs who have been working 8 to 16 hours. Really depends. It's freelancing. They have the say if they don't want to, if they want to work for 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day, or 12 to 16 hours a day. So it really depends sa kanila. And of course, it depends on their clients as well. Isa talaga sa pinakamalaking pro, money. Another pro would be walang traffic, walang commute. Diyos ko, ang hirap-hirap pag-commute. Naranasan ko mag-commute. Buti na lang yung dati kong work na corpo, malayo yun. Paco, Manila yun eh. Commute, LRT, jeep, siksikan, kaya ang payat ko noon. Kasi talagang bugbugan sa pagtrabaho at pag-commute. Parang mas mahaba pa yung commute ko compared sa mismong trinabaho ko sa office. Aside from that is another pro would be working with the clients. Diversified clients. Of course, ang dami mo kasing matututunan na culture. Iba kasi makipag-work sa mga kapwa mo Pinoy. You already know how to mingle with them. Unlike you mingling with another type of people, which is mga taga-US, taga-Europe, taga-Spain. Iba't iba tayo ng ugali. Iba't iba rin tayo ng humor at napakasaya at enjoy and fulfillment. Maintindihan na, okay, kami ganito kasi kami eh. Yung culture nyo pala ganito. Ang dami nyo matututunan sa isa't isa. Na nakakatuwa sa feeling. Another would be growth. I'm not saying na ang corporate wala kang makukuha growth doon kasi meron. Pero dito kasi is self-growth talaga siya. Hindi siya yung basta na lang tinuturo sa'yo ng mentor mo or ng supervisor mo. Kasi technically, minsan at madalas, wala ka talagang mentor or supervisor. Unless bibigyan ka ng community or ng agency mo ng training. Pero kadalasan, especially sa mga direct ka o nakikipag-rekta ka sa clients, usually wala talagang training yan. At bahala ka na sa buhay mo. So, mapipilitan kang i-train ng sarili mo. So, I would say that's still a pro. Maybe some of you guys will say, hindi ko niyan, kasi di ka tinuruan. I will say na pro to kasi talagang mag-step up ka dahil walang tutulong sa yung iba. Unless nga lang, kung meron nga lang tutulong sa'yo. Which is, kaya kami may community at kaya kami may platforms. I think that is the only pros na naiisip ko for freelancing. Then, as for the cons, actually marami-rami. I'm not sure if nadidiscuss to ng iba kasi a lot of people who are marketing freelancing are romanticizing kung gaano kadali maging freelancer. Which is far from the truth. So first off, is sige, balik tayo sa money. So sa money, mataas ang bayad sa freelancing, which is a pro. Ang con naman is walang benefits. So it depends. Merong may mga agency na nagbibigay ng benefits. May mga agency na nagbibigay ng insurance. So it depends. Pero hindi kasi sila mandated na ibigay sa mga freelancers, especially sa mga direktang kliyente. Second would be security. So, sometimes kasi, kaya ang freelancers, kumukuha yan 2, 3, 4, 5 kliyente. The more, the better. Because, pwede kang mawala ng trabaho in one snap of a finger. Lalo na kapag hindi ka nagustuhan ng kliyente mo. Minsan nga, gusto ka ng kliyente mo, pero because it didn't work out, still, mawawala ka pa rin ng trabaho kinabukasan. I know a group of people, magkakausap kami sa phone nun before. And then, nag-iisip sila. Sabi nila sa akin, Miss Wani, feeling ko mawawalan na kami ng work. Sabi ko, hindi yan. Baka ano nyo lang yan. Parang, baka utak-utak nyo lang yan. And then, habang magkakausap kami, bigla na lang nalaman, hindi na namin ma-open yung Slack. Slack is yun yung parang messenger or parang communication platform namin or ng mga freelancers usually to communicate with their clients. Hindi namin ma-open yung yung mga tools. Hindi namin ma-open yung Slack. Hindi namin ma-open yung mga project management tool namin. And then bigla sila naka-receive ng email na tanggal na kayo. So, technically, wala akong magagawa. Gasa, sorry, thank you. Ang tanong, nabayaran ba sila? Yung iba nabayaran, yung iba hindi. Another con yun ng freelancing. Pwede, malapit ka sa scam, malapit kang hindi mabayaran, pwede kang takbuhan, pwede kang matanggal anytime they want. That's why freelancing doesn't have that security that a corporate job can give you. So, ang hirap minsan maging freelancer. Lalo na kung mag-isa ka lang bumubuhay ng buong pamilya mo at breadwinner ka. Kailangan mo talagang kumayod ng napakahaba at napakadaming kliyente. Another con na masasabi ko would be time management. Ewan ko nabanggit ko to earlier in the video. Pero of course, karamihan na nag-freelance is they want to be a freelancer or a virtual assistant because they want to spend time more with their family while they're working. To be honest, this is just my opinion. I'm not sure with the others. Pero majority ng kilala ko, ganito din. Dahil nakaka-addict kumita ng pera. At gusto natin kumayod ng pera because of our family. And to provide the best life that we can give them. Nakakalimutan natin na, oo nga pala, yung anak ko umiiyak. Pero nag-work ka. So, syempre, uunahin mo si work kasi magagalit yung client mo, bigla kang tumayo at bigla kang umalis. And sometimes, nagka-clash yan. Clash ang time mo with your family and yung work mo at yung attention mo sa work. Unlike sa corporate, pag work yan. Maaaring may cubicle ka pa dyan kasi you are focused on working. So, matatapos mo yan. Unlike minsan, pag nandito ka sa bahay, andyan yung anak mo, kakargahin mo, habang nagtatype ka, habang nagmi-meeting ka, may sumisigaw dyan, Mami! Hanggang sa hindi ka nakapag-work, nakalimutan mo na yung dapat gawin. So, it's a very, very big con and it's a very big conception na madali siyang gawin dahil niro-romanticize siya sa social media na hindi, sisiw yan. Kaya mo ang kargahin yung anak mo habang nagtatype ka. Madali siyang sabihin pero hindi siya madaling gawin. Lalo na kung iniintindi mo pa lang kung anong dapat gawin at yung client mo is nagtatatalak na kasi napipiko na siya sa'yo. And then yung anak mo nag-iiyak sa tabi mo kasi gusto ng pagkain, gusto makipaglaro. So hindi siya madali. Kailangan siya ng support system. Kaya, nagigets ko, bakit yung iba pinipiling maging korpo. Dahil hindi madaling pagsabayin ang pag-aalaga ng pamilya, anak, at ng pagtrabaho sa loob ng bahay. So, aside from doon, kung tutusin, yun lang naman ang naiisip ko for now na cons for freelancing. And I think, kailangan nyo lang ng lakas ng loob aside from the skills na kailangan nyo matutunan. Again, you already have all the resources that you can get in order for you to better understand freelancing. Pero, kailangan mo ng malakas na loob, mahabang pasensya, para talaga maintindihan how freelancing is going to help you as well. Kasi on my end, talagang freelancing ang nagpagaan ng buhay namin ng pamilya ko. Well, hindi naman kami ganun kahirap noon, pero siya ang bumubuhay sa akin at sa pag-ama ko. Kasi yung husband ko, hinila ko na rin sa freelancing world. So, talagang, ito talaga ang tumutulong at nagpo-provide ng pang-araw-araw namin. At nakikita ko ang struggles ng mga taga-corpo. Pero nakikita ko rin ang struggles ng mga freelancers, lalo na kapag kagagaling lang nila sa corpo. Hindi siya madaling makapag-adjust. Hindi rin madali na biglang ang client, hindi, kailangan kita ng weekend. Hindi ka naman hindi, kasi isa lang ang kliyente mo. Unlike kapag corpo ka, minsan may barrier. Pagdating mo ng pagka-clock out mo, tapos na, hindi mo na sila iisipin. Isipin mo na lang sila sa next shift mo. Sa freelance kasi hindi eh. Minsan, hanggang sa panaginip mo, naiisip mo pa rin yung client. Okay na ba to? Natapos niya ba to? Okay na ba? Kasi, andun yung takot mo na baka matanggal ako anytime na magkamali ako. Pag hindi ako hello, hindi ako good morning, baka matanggal ako. So, yun lang yung gusto ko ibigay na value about freelancing. Kasi, it's not as easy as what they always say. As long as you have that guts and you have that strong heart at kaya mo maging resourceful para intindihin ang mga kailangan intindihin at alamin, you'll be successful sa freelancing world. You may comment down below if you have questions that you want us to answer or you have requests na learnings. We can always accommodate that. And that's it. Thank you so much.